People are really just coming to see the product on the floor. I think it kind of a little too gossipy in the beginning, but then it started to fizzle out because people started to realize.
But you want to boycott the one player, looking right at you, Angel Reese and Asia Wilson.
Wait, you're telling WNBA fans to call for a boycott of Caitlin Clark? Over what? Her being too popular? Her bringing in too many new fans? That's got to be the wildest thing we've heard this year.
The Indiana Fever are that golden destination, and I can't help but laugh to the fans and the people online and the media commentators, unfortunately, who said that nobody wanted to play in Indiana.
College players, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the.
Right now, a major debate is happening in women's basketball. Some WNBA players and fans, especially those who have supported the league for years, are upset that Caitlin Clark is getting too much attention. She's playing in 41 nationally televised games this season, more than any other WNBA player. Actually, more than any NBA player too. Yes, even LeBron and Steph.
They're all a bunch of jealous haters.
Yep.
They are just working themselves up about Caitlin Clark just to hate on her. Skylar Diggins is bumping her. Their girls are complaining on the bench. Referees are getting into it now.
And that's where the problem starts. So let me get this straight. The league is finally getting record-breaking views. New fans are watching, arenas are selling out, and that's bad. Some longtime WNBA supporters say it's unfair that one rookie is getting all the spotlight while other great players are being overlooked. And now, some of them are so mad that they're planning to boycott Fever games to try and drop the viewership numbers. Wait, you want less people to watch the WNBA? That's crazy. Look, Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a phenomenon. When she plays, ratings go up. When she plays, stadiums fill up. More people watching means more money for the league. It means bigger contracts, better sponsorships, and more opportunities for everyone. Why fight that? Of course, this is just a loud minority. Most WNBA players and fans aren't calling for a boycott, but the fact that anyone wants to sabotage the league's growth, that's wild. The WNBA is finally getting the attention it deserves. Why not celebrate that instead of trying to tear it down?
It feels amazing. First of all, I'm blessed. Yeah. Shout out. Yes, I am blessed.
Right, that's right.
But I'm like really happy. The first one was cool, but this second championship, it got my soul. It hit different.
Some WNBA fans are trying to start a boycott against the Indiana Fever just because Caitlin Clark is getting a lot of attention. Are you serious? You want fewer people to watch the WNBA? That's what they're saying. And their plan is to stop watching Fever games so the team doesn't get as many nationally televised spots next year. But let's think about this. Before Caitlin Clark, WNBA games struggled to get 200,000 viewers. Now, some games have over 1 million people watching. That's a huge jump. More viewers mean more money coming into the league, which helps every player, not just Caitlin. So you're mad at the person bringing in bigger paychecks for everyone? Make it make sense. Many WNBA media figures are shocked by this boycott idea. This isn't just about one player, one analyst said. If fewer people watch, the league makes less money. That affects all the players. Networks like ESPN and CBS decide how much to pay the WNBA based on how many people are watching. More viewers mean bigger TV deals, and bigger TV deals mean higher salaries for the players. Do they not get how business works? And here's where it gets even crazier. Some of these boycott supporters are encouraging people to illegally stream Fever games instead. So let me get this straight. You won't watch on TV because you don't want to help Caitlin, but you'll break the law just to keep up with the games? That's next level ridiculous.
Performance, they expect a lot, and I feel like that's what I love the most because that's what I try to, mirror and emulate like on the court. So yeah, I feel like I don't know anyone else below 99. I kind of just stay ahead. I'm trying to get to that 100, so you never know. Maybe.
The real reason for all this? Some longtime WNBA fans feel like they've supported the league for years, and now that millions of new people are paying attention, they're upset. It's gatekeeping, plain and simple, one fan pointed out. It's like when a small music band suddenly becomes famous, and the original fans get mad that they're not special anymore. But here's the truth. No matter how much these people complain, they can't stop this momentum. The WNBA is more popular than ever, and Caitlin Clark is a big reason why. Instead of trying to tear it down, why not celebrate the fact that women's basketball is finally getting the attention it deserves? At the end of the day, this boycott won't work. The numbers are too strong, and people want to watch. If someone is upset that the WNBA is growing, maybe they never really wanted it to succeed in the first place.
I am a fan, Caitlin, by the way.
Really, Michael? Because I heard that little apron joke you did.
like, yeah, it was a joke. We're just having fun, you know?
You make a lot of jokes about women's sports, don't you?
Some WNBA fans are pushing for a boycott of Indiana Fever games, thinking it will somehow stop Caitlin Clark's rise. But here's the problem. This boycott isn't just pointless. It could actually hurt every player in the league. So, let's get this straight. You've been asking for more money for WNBA players for years, and now that the league is finally getting the attention it needs, you want to tank the numbers? That's not just illogical, that's self-sabotage. Right now, the WNBA is in the middle of negotiating its next media rights deal. That means networks like ESPN and CBS are looking at the huge spike in viewership and deciding how much they're willing to pay for broadcasting rights. More viewers mean bigger contracts, and bigger contracts mean more money for the players. We're talking about a potential 5 to 10 times increase in what they pay the WNBA, one industry expert said. That kind of money could be a game changer for every single player. But instead of celebrating this growth, some fans want to boycott Fever games just because Clark is leading the charge. They don't actually care about basketball, one fan pointed out. They're not even loyal to any teams. They just don't like Caitlin Clark, and they're willing to hurt the league to prove a point. The irony is that many of the same people pushing this boycott have spent years arguing that WNBA players deserve higher salaries. Now, when the opportunity finally arrives, they're trying to destroy it. You can't claim to support women's basketball while actively working against the best thing to happen to it in decades, a sports analyst said. And it's not just about TV deals. More viewers bring in more sponsors. They sell more tickets. More people buy jerseys. More young athletes get inspired to play. This isn't just about one player. It's about growing the entire league. They want the WNBA to succeed, but only on their terms, one journalist pointed out. And that's why this boycott will never work.
Range by dumping more concrete.
Yeah, because it was like kind of slanted. Our driveway was like slanted, so I only had a 3-point line on one side of the driveway. So I told my dad he had to tear up all this grass, and he did.
Likewise, her Fever teammate.
And here's the key point. All this new money from higher ratings and media deals isn't just going to one player. It's benefiting everyone. A rising tide lifts all boats, one sports expert explained. Higher revenue means higher salary caps, better contracts, and bigger opportunities for every single WNBA player. Longtime veterans who've worked for years on lower salaries could finally start seeing the paychecks they deserve. It's wild, another fan said. People have been screaming about how WNBA players should be paid more, and now that it's finally happening, they're mad about how it's happening. It doesn't stop there. The critics keep shifting the goalposts. They always find a new argument, a former player pointed out. First, they wanted more media coverage. Now that they have it, they're upset about who is getting the attention. And let's be real, would any other sports league do this? Can you imagine NFL fans saying, let's all stop watching Patrick Mahomes? Or NBA fans refusing to tune in because LeBron is too popular? A journalist asked. No one would even think about it. But when it comes to the WNBA, suddenly, success is a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful.
The reason for this isn't just about basketball. Some longtime WNBA media personalities and fans feel like Clark's rapid rise somehow disrespects the years of hard work from veteran players. There's jealousy involved, whether people want to admit it or not, one sports writer said. Clark brought in millions of new fans overnight. That's tough for people who've supported the league for years to accept. At the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. Clark's presence is changing the financial future of the WNBA, whether critics like it or not. People who truly care about the league should be happy about that, a broadcaster added, because fighting against success makes absolutely no sense.
What do you attribute to this recent run of success?
I mean, just trusting the process, but also our defensive end. I think we really settled down on the defensive end, and that's where we can really play our basketball. But sometimes you got to trust the process. Adversity hit us a little early, but I'm glad it did.
Now let's be fair. Some criticism of Clark is valid. She's not a great defender yet, and her game has areas to improve, a former player said. That's legitimate basketball talk. Some fans even say her reactions to referee calls are over the top. But here's the issue. Male players do the exact same thing, and no one makes a big deal about it. So when LeBron or Luka complains to the refs, it's just competitive fire. But when Clark does it, it's a problem, a journalist asked. That double standard is impossible to ignore. And then there's the constant shifting of expectations. First, they said she wouldn't succeed in college, one sports writer noted. Then she dominated. Next, they claimed she'd struggle against bigger, stronger players in the pros. Now that she's proving she belongs, they've changed the argument again. Suddenly, she's getting too much attention. It's exhausting. I saw people saying she wouldn't last in the WNBA WNBA, and now they're mad because she's too popular? Make it make sense, a fan tweeted. But the most ridiculous part? The so-called boycott. They say they love the WNBA, but they're trying to hurt its viewership, a broadcaster asked. You don't grow a league by telling people not to watch. The logic is backward. Clark's success means more money, more coverage, and more opportunities for every WNBA player. Yet, the critics refuse to see it. And then there's the hypocrisy. They call Clark's fans fake because they don't know every WNBA player, but they're literally out here working against the league's growth, a former player pointed out.
Wilson, for all her accomplishments, has not been able to generate the same level of excitement or draw in the same number of fans. This is not to diminish Wilson's contributions to the league.
What's really happening is a clash of perspectives. Some longtime WNBA supporters built a tight-knit community during years of low attention. Now, millions of new fans are arriving, and instead of embracing the growth, some are pushing back. They want the WNBA to succeed, but only on their terms, one commentator said. That's just not how progress works. Some people see Caitlin Clark as a major force in women's basketball, bringing in millions of new fans and making the sport more mainstream. Others, however, are upset that she's getting so much attention. They want the league to grow, but only on their terms, one commentator said. Now, there's talk of a boycott. Boycotting your own league because it's getting too popular? That makes no sense, a former player remarked. When someone like Clark draws massive attention to the WNBA, it benefits every player. We're seeing record-breaking attendance, increased merchandise sales, and sold-out games across multiple teams, a sports reporter noted. This isn't just about one person. It's about the entire league gaining momentum. Some teams used to struggle to fill half the arena, and now they're playing in front of packed crowds, one broadcaster pointed out. The league's executives know this is a game-changing moment, as bigger sponsorship deals and higher salaries are now within reach.
I can't see Beyonce camping out in Vegas for like a month. She and Jay got something to do other than that, right?
She can go somewhere else and come back in. She doesn't have to stay here forever.
Okay.
Most people are reasonable and just want to enjoy basketball. Social media makes it seem like there's some huge divide, but most fans are just excited to see the league grow, a fan tweeted. It's often the loudest, most negative voices online that get the most attention. But the reality is, even veteran WNBA players have acknowledged that Clark's presence is helping everyone. I've been in this league for years, and I've never seen this kind of excitement, one player shared. Women's sports have gone through this before. Look at what happened with women's soccer and tennis. When stars like Serena Williams and Megan Rapinoe brought new eyes to the game, it boosted everyone, a historian explained. The WNBA is experiencing that same type of moment. This is the biggest surge in popularity the league has ever had, a journalist reported. What are your views on this? Do let us know in the comment section below, and for more such amazing videos, do subscribe to our channel.